Hello, hello, hello. What is up? What is up? This is Alert Wolf here to bring you another anime review. And this one is on the last episode of Arata The Legend. This is episode 12. This one's called Light of Creation. The Light of Creation. Now, alright, so I'm going to give you a quick summary of what happened in this episode and a review of the series and what I thought of it. Alright, so basically, picks up where the last one left off. Katawaki and Arata are gonna throw it down. Immediately, Katawaki's rage causes his sword, his Hayagami, to evolve. It like spreads out. It goes from like one blade to like three, like sort of like this, and it looks cooler. And then it gains the ability of like shooting out, right? Almost like a chained, barbed bone whip at you, which is cool with the claws at the end. I dig it. I dig it. And you know, and again, this whole problem between the two of them is because Katawaki doesn't communicate. You know, Katawaki feels that Arata is very good at, he's just naturally gifted. And obviously he's like, well, he doesn't acknowledge me or take me seriously because he let me tie, he's just humoring me. And so the whole picking on him thing was to get Arata to take him seriously. But, he went to turn the other cheek route, he was like, oh, alright, I'm not going to do anything. But that only made him madder because all he wanted to do was have him acknowledge him. Alright, that's enough into the Katawaki psyche. Basically, it's a failed man crush. But, alright. So, as rivals go, they start fighting, and at first, Katawaki is just overpowering him. Because he's, Arata's Hayagami, the Tsugo or whatever, he's pure, at the moment, is purely defensive, and the powers he have aren't offensive. So he has really no way of fighting back unless he goes demon form, which he's not gonna go do that. So when all hope seems lost, we have sorry about that, something happened on the side, but we have our water boy, Yokorami, or Yorami. Yorami? Am I pronouncing his name right? I am bad with that. Alright. Yoranami. Yeah, I'm good, I'm sorry. Yoranami decides that he will submit to Arata. That it's the right thing to do, it's what his mom would have wanted him to do, it's the noble thing to do, and it'll give him a fighting chance. So he submits. Now you have to understand, he is one of the 12 show. He is one of the 12 most powerful mofos on that planet, and he submits. Well, 13 really, if you count Arata's, or 14 if you count Arata and the princess, but whatever. Still, hands down, one of the strongest dudes on the planet. And he submits. So instantly, he goes into his Hayagami, which goes into Arata's Hayagami, and it merges. And by the way, if I'm butchering Hayagami, I am sorry. Even after all these reviews, I am not good with some of these names. But they merge instantly, and an amazing power gets let out. The entire palace gets totaled by the ensuing giant force field that blows up. He is enormously more powerful. The two of them are just standing on two pillars, and then they go. Then they're gonna go at it. As they go at it, at first he uses the power of the other dude's water fan, and he's like fighting back the chains with his water fan, and it's It's pretty good, actually, considering he's only had the thing for like 5 seconds. But I guess you gain the experience of the wielder. I think that's why he merges with it. But that fight was still pretty good. He's blocking him. They're going at it. And the whole time these two are talking, jabbering back and forth. And finally, during the fight, you know, Hidewaki, like, dives at him. And Arata goes to block. And then they both call for their swords at the same time. And there's just a fusion of energy of light and dark. And then finally, Arata finally steps to the plate and acknowledges who he is, you know what I mean? And when he does that, it releases the true form of his sword. Because remember, his sword is very dingy. It looks like it needs to be reforged. But through his resolve and his will, the sword, you know, goes from rusted to new looking, to looking like the weapon of a king. And he goes full board on it. And what happens is when he does this, his sword just shines, and he gains a golden aura, and inside that he gains golden wings made of this energy. And it's so powerful that even though he's like, yeah, let's do this again, Arata, it blows him away. Meanwhile, his attendant chick is super worried about him. She gets him, and then we get the little bit of the wrap up. So he talks to the other Arata, warning him that they switch places and catching him up. He's like, dude, you seem stronger. He's like, yeah, I feel stronger, dude. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna the girl who was like your sister, I'm gonna bang her. I'm just saying. And he's like, alright. So they're still working together. And now you have that dude in Katawaki's world, and he's like, haha, the weak little havoc. Can't wait to see Arata lose. But then you also get all their little wrap-ups. Fire dude is like, I'm gonna get my sword back, and then I'm gonna make that dude submit. And then you got the other guys and girls, and they're like, we're gonna follow you. Wait, and I almost forgot. Skipped something. Alright, after he wins his battle, all of the lesser shows that are underneath him, right? Because he's like a shogun, and then, or a feudal lord, and then underneath him are his knights, so to speak. The other lesser shows. And with Waterdude gone, they're all like, well, we serve our master serves you, and we will serve you too. So all of them, like 10, 12 of them, merge with his sword. So he gets the whole kit and caboodle from water. He gets all of their power. Which means it's kind of funny when you think about it. Because the only power we really saw was the one dude's freaking money power. So now they don't have to worry about money anymore, because I could create money out of my sword. But whatever. Who knows? Hopefully there's some useful powers in there. But anyway, we also get a flash of Katawaki, and his chick is like, you really love this dude. It's like, shut up. I really love him. And you get a sense that they want to fight again, and even that fight kind of felt like he was racing and all that. And that's pretty much it. And the princess is like, keep going, keep striving forward or whatever, and I'll see you soon. But basically, I want more of this show. I'm going to just say that. So I'm going to give this episode a 4.5 out of 5. It wasn't exactly a 5. I wish the battle was good, but it was broken up at one point. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was just the intensity of the end, I wish was all around. And that's the one thing I have to say about this fight is, if it was more intense throughout, I would have given it a 5. However, it was still a good fight. I still enjoyed it, and I enjoyed this show. Now, the show itself, I'm gonna give the show. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. It was very good action adventure. And you know, how does it compare to Kiba? Well, Kiba's more complete because it's a full story. It had 2 seasons, so it's hard to judge. But I would love to see a second season out of the show. I know right now nothing's planned, but I'd love to see the end of the story. You know, this is like the halfway point. And I'd love to see more of this. So if you people out in Japan hear me, make it happen. But you know, I think this is one of those overlooked animes. I really do. I think the community hasn't really checked it out. I mean, I get like 10 to 12 views on these videos, and I think there's maybe one other person reviewing it. And I'm not sure. I haven't checked to see how his views are doing with this, but I think it's an underrated show. So definitely worth checking out. If you haven't seen it yet and you just checked out this review because you're not sure and you want to see if it was good, it's well worth seeing. 12 episodes, you can marathon through it, and it is really good. So, having said that, this is your buddy Alert Wolf telling you to click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is me signing out.